Okay, dog, you're probably not going to post that one, so let's do a real one. All right, guys, so I got a little PSA for you, and that's probably not even the right word for it, but I don't know what else to call it, so that's what we're going to call it today. Deep Thoughts with Cody Archie. Here we go. You know, I've been fat most of my life, and I know that, guys. I don't need anybody to point it out. You think I don't see this every morning when I look in the mirror, or I don't tuck my old belly in my britches. I don't have to button my britches every morning and see I got a gut on me. But recently, I've had a lot of people comment on how, hey, God, you're fat, or you look like a donut, or whatever it is. I don't know, lots of stuff. And I'm very thick-skinned, and it don't really bother me. I get a lot of comments about, God, you're not a real rancher, you're never dirty. Well, when you've lost 50 or 60 pounds in the last year, and you had to drop 3 pant sizes and 2 shirt sizes, you have to buy a new wardrobe. So your old wore-out clothes aren't wore out anymore because they're all new, if that makes sense to you guys. But what I wanted to say is that you don't need to tell somebody about their faults. They probably already know it, unless they ask you, hey, would you dissect me and tell me everything I need to know about myself that I don't think I know, or that even if I do think I know it, won't you tell me about all the faults I have? Because there are a lot of people out there that aren't as thick-skinned as me, and it really does bother them. You never know where somebody's at in their journey. If you look at me today and say, golly, you're fat, well, you didn't look at me a year ago when I weighed 60 pounds more than this, right? I was really fat then. I'm still fat, and I'm not done, but you don't know where I'm at in my journey. You don't know where anybody's at in their journey. If you tell somebody, hey, that's posting videos on here, I see a young boy I think he's up in Oklahoma that's posting ranching videos, and I see some people go on there and just completely dog him, He knows nothing about agriculture, but he's trying to learn, What good does that do? How is that benefiting him, telling him, hey, I wouldn't have wasted my money on that feed bunk, or I wouldn't have wasted my money on putting that kind of little pen up. Well, you know what? Maybe he learns from it. Maybe it does exactly what he needs it to do with what he can afford to do it with. All I'm saying is if you're going to type something in, think to yourself, if I hadn't seen that guy or girl on here, if I just saw him in a gas station, would I walk up to him without 3 or 4 cans of liquid courage in my belly or a couple of shots down my throat and say the things I'm fixing to type? Because I guarantee you 99.9 of you, now there's one or two of you just complete imbeciles out there that would. But the rest of you would say, no, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that to that person. Or I wouldn't want that done to my child or my spouse or my, friend. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to think it, but I'm going to keep it to myself. So that's all I got. That's my rant for today. Deep thoughts here. You can call me fat all you want to. I don't care. You tell me I ain't a real rancher. You can tell me my hat don't look right. Whatever you want. You just call me whatever you want to. But I love you. God bless you. Keep ranching.